Poaching is a huge problem in the United States as well as around the world. According to dictionary.com, poaching means to take any wildlife illegally. Two examples of poaching could be trespassing on posted land to hunt or fish, or hunting or fishing without a license or tag. Poaching is a very serious crime. According to the Humane Society of the United States, tens of millions of animals are poached around the world every year. Poaching is a huge problem in areas such as Africa. The main reason why poaching is so common in Africa is that there are many different species that live there, including a good portion of animals on the endangered species list. Poaching is very hard to control in Africa because of the vast territory. Poaching in Africa results from organized crime syndicates with very deadly weapons and technology. Some of these weapons and technology include AK-47s, grenade launchers, and helicopters. Poachers kill endangered animals mostly get one main body part to sell on the black market. They often take one or two body parts that are worth a fortune and leave the rest to rot away. Pelts, bones, tusks, and other body parts are commonly sold on the black market. Rhino horn is believed by some to treat cancer and hangovers. According to the Wildlife Conservation Society, it is sold at about $30,000 per pound. Ivory is found in elephant tusks and is carved into jewelry, utensils, trinkets, and other items. An estimated 70% of illegally obtained ivory is shipped to China and sold for $1,000 a pound. These and other iconic wildlife species are being poached into endangerment and possibly extinction. In the United States, poaching is not as serious because there are not that many endangered species being targeted. However, it is still morally wrong and is a federal crime. Most poaching in the United States occurs on posted private land. According to the United States Fish and Wildlife Service, most poached animals are big game animals such as deer, elk, moose, and bears, but illegal killing is not just limited to big game animals. Common poaching includes fish and birds as well. Most people kill illegally just for bragging rights or because they think that the law doesn't apply to them. People who poach don't respect the beauty of wildlife or the legal hunters that truly honor the great privilege of hunting. The fight of justice against poachers is an ongoing process. There are several programs that do their best to protect wildlife. A couple of the main programs are the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and the African Wildlife Foundation. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has a separate department for each state. Each state department is in charge of the wildlife within that state. The Fish and Wildlife Service conducts research to determine the length of hunting seasons and how many tags to give out. The Fish and Wildlife Service is responsible for keeping track of wildlife populations, how healthy the populations are, protecting habitat for the wildlife, and also for protecting against poachers and much more. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service works mostly in the United States, but they now have crews over in Africa and other countries that help protect endangered species. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service works closely with the African Wildlife Foundation in Africa. Together, these two programs work together to preserve the habitat and to protect important endangered species. These programs use important equipment such as GPS and night vision to do their best to protect wildlife against poachers. They work closely with the general public. According to the North Dakota Game and Fish, the best thing for the general public to do when they witness an active poaching is to call the Report All Poachers hotline. After calling the hotline, you'll be put in touch with the game warden in your area and they will investigate your case. Poaching is a problem worldwide that needs to be solved. It is a terrible act and is morally wrong. There are several species facing extinction that could disappear during our lifetime. It is up to us to do everything that we can to help wildlife conservation groups preserve endangered species by fighting against poachers. Here is have some examples of poaching, and these two were actually in North Dakota.